Golly.
Grace is back.
Oh.
If you have a moment, join us at our village. Log on to ourvillage.com and set up your account. Don't forget to send a friend request to us at Mark and Leslie. And don't forget to join our group at Road Notes. We look forward to seeing you at our village, the place where RVers meet. Your nose is red right here.
Not from what?
I don't know.
Barbecue tofu?
I bet it is. Welcome back to Road Notes. So this video is just a little bit of an update video. We have been full-time living in the RV now since, well, basically since October of last year. But we've had Onyx. It'll be a year. We brought her home a year ago, Labor Day.
So it's two updates.
Kind of.
1 year RV update.
Right.
And then, what is this, August? 8 months of full-time living.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
So anyway, we get asked a lot, like, what are some advantages? What are some disadvantages? What are things that we like or don't like? And then there are some other, like, odd questions that have come up along the way. So tell them what you like. What you've liked about the last close to a year.
Yeah, so living in a house, which I've done all my life, just like you, I never thought I would like the moving and traveling around so much, because I was a pretty home body, I would say, right? I like my place. I only like to go places. I don't like crowds that much, and all, you know, I would shy away from all those situations. Now
you're the outgoing one.
Now I'm actually enjoying going places, seeing places every 3 weeks, moving. I'm looking forward to already getting on into our next spot. So that I didn't expect, but I guess that's one of the things.
The surprising effect.
Yeah, that's one of the things I really love that I never thought I would like before.
Yeah, I can honestly say
that's my take on
that.
it.
I think even though we're still, like, for the most part, we're still local. We've had a few trips now where we've gone other places, even if it's just for a weekend, and we have some other trips coming up. I honestly think that we've done and seen more in the last year than we probably had done for, God, maybe
10 years.
5 years before that, probably, right? I mean, we are really excited about expanding out our area and seeing new things. And even when we come to parks that we've already been to, we find something new every time. I think we've done something new every single time we've been in a park, even more than once. Yeah. Even this time around.
I mean, you know, RVing is about seeing things, doing things, but we're only 45 minutes from the town that we lived in full time right now, and
new perspective.
10 minutes from here on our e-bikes,
right,
I saw a town that I've never been to before.
It's crazy.
And absolutely fell in love with it.
Yeah, it's just crazy.
It was so close, but yet I've never seen it before.
What he's talking about is that over the weekend we rode the bikes to Celebration, and it's literally like 1.5 miles on the e-bike. Going that way, and it's a whole new world, and those are the kinds of things, like, we've been here, this is our second stay here
at Tropical
Palms, and
in Kissimmee.
We've done different stuff, you know, every time. Even when we've gone to other parks 2 or 3, 4 times, we always find something new to do, and we've definitely become more adventurous in that way. So I think that's a really good thing.
That's the
now
good take.
With the RV, what do we love? I love the fact that there's less work, and I mean work in a loose term, because if anybody thinks that you're in an RV and you don't have to do anything, then they're crazy, because there's always something to do. We're always chasing one problem or another, which right now we have a problem in the shower, it's leaking for like the 5th time.
No, but it's different work.
And it's a
than
different kind of
house.
work, right? It's not the, having to maintain the land and do all these things.
Yeah, we came from, a couple acres, 2.5 acres of upkeep plus a house.
Right.
And yes, that can take an entire weekend away of just doing that before you have to go back to work.
Right, and I really think that my quality...
Now you kind of come home and don't feel like you have those chores ahead of you. Because those little chores can be done in 5-10 minutes each day, a little bit, and you're actually making, like the way I clean the RV, I mean, it's 5 minutes a day that I spend on it, or 10 minutes a day, or 10 minutes every other day, and actually keeps the thing pretty clean at all times.
Yeah.
Before it was hour and a half of mowing. Before, that's just the mowing part.
Quality of life.
That we have. Yeah, quality of life.
Quality of life. At least mine, for sure. Because my commute, varies depending on where we are. And my commute was still pretty long even when we were in our house. And on the weekends, there was always so much to do that I always felt like I was chasing my tail. And now I can actually enjoy my weekends. Even if I choose to do 0, I still have the opportunity to do that 0 without feeling guilty that I'm missing something that I'm supposed to be doing. So I think that's really good. Now the downside.
Yeah, what don't you like about it?
The downside is
one thing you don't like about it.
The downside is, for me, when it rains, it is so loud in there. And I don't sleep very well with that. So for me, I think that's one of the down things. And the weather, I get jittery sometimes with the weather. I've never been a big fan of storms, and it's just amplified. I think it's just a matter of desensitization with it. That's my big down.
Right. Yeah, that part doesn't bother me.
You sleep better, right?
I sleep better in the rain and with noise like that. If I had to think of one thing that I don't, let's say dislike, it's finding what I need to find in a refrigerator.
Yeah, our refrigerator's smaller.
Even though it's a residential fridge.
It's smaller than what we had. So
I constantly have to take so much out to get to the thing that I want to get out of the refrigerator. So that
does sound kind of diva-ish,
It's minor.
Yeah.
But that just tells you that I don't really dislike too much.
And for me, it really is only the weather situation with the noise, because
and
even
sometimes laundry, right?
And laundry. But even laundry,
sometimes.
So it's about your perspective, right?
Yeah,
we don't have a laundry in the
by
RV by choice.
Yeah.
But so I guess if you're doing multiple loads of laundry, anybody that does them knows you can only do one at a time and the assembly line moves it, right? But it takes a long time. The upside to the laundromat that I've found is I can run everything all at the same time, and I'm out in 2 hours. So there is an upside even to that. The downside, it wears on my clothes a little bit more, having commercial laundries. My work clothes don't last the same. So there are some give and takes, but I think overall not having the pantry and not the washer dryer is still the way to go.
Oh yeah. So I was just saying about
you got to schlep everything there.
Having to carry everything to wherever the laundry. some campgrounds obviously are more convenient than others to get to a laundry.
Yeah. Yeah.
And as far as having a laundry in an RV, we've only heard from people that they constantly do laundry because of the size and the capacity of those washer dryers. That like she said, we just do every week and a half. We throw everything in one thing and it's done, and they're huge.
Done. Yep. Do everything.
That's an inconvenience, but amongst everything else, no big deal. No big deal to us.
The other thing that we get asked a lot is, well, if you are doing this, and you're constantly moving around and moving around and moving around, does setting up and breaking down bother you? Because you are literally moving your house every couple of weeks, every 3 weeks, whatever it is. And we are getting better and better, especially if you've seen the video when we traded places. Mark no longer does the inside. And I have it down to a science now where I could do it complete end to end in 15 minutes. Because we've learned we don't have to move as much stuff now. He's learned to do things outside in sequence, some the day before, some the morning, and then we go. We can literally get out of now in an hour if we had to.
But it is work.
It is work.
As far as what I'm doing outside, there is
It is work.
a lot to do. I do start a day before all the prep works begins, and I mean it is work.
But the question is, do you
sewer
mind?
hoses, and I don't mind it. No, but I can see where, you know, if you're in heavy snow and heavy rain, and that could be very challenging thing to do, because you do spend some time out there getting everything done.
Right.
But we haven't really experienced any bad weather yet.
Except coming back from Georgia, from Pine Mountain. It rained for 5 hours straight. Remember we got here, it was a
Yeah.
monsoon.
But
I think that was it.
I'd rather have that on delivery or arriving someplace than breaking down, because you got to get out of here and
That's
you
true.
got to break it down.
Yeah,
You got to
that
go
is true.
outside. When you get here, you just wait it out,
Yeah.
and then you go set up.
That's true.
But I'm talking about breakdown. We haven't had any, or I haven't had any major weather.
No, we've been able to
Conditions.
work around it.
Yeah. That we had to deal with, really.
That's true.
But other than that, it doesn't bother me. I mean, you have to enjoy it. You have to enjoy this lifestyle, I think. If it becomes a chore to you, you know, or something
Right.
you really don't like, and you have to do this every 2-3 weeks, then maybe you should think about it.
So we've also been asked, what kind of plans do we have now that we're getting into the second go round here? I guess the second year is coming up. And truth be told, we're kind of like flying by the seat of our pants in some ways. I'm still working full time, so my job it's going to hold us here for a little bit, but we're expanding out the circle that I'm able to drive to work in the same amount of time. The distance is a little bit further, but the time is what I'm looking at. So you're going to see we're going to a few new campgrounds this next few months. We're going to try out some new places, and we actually have a really big trip planned in the early part of October. We're going to North Carolina. So we're going to get to see the leaves change. We're going with a purpose, and we'll tell you all about that later, but we're going to combine work and play. So we're going to do that. And then we still have the ultimate goal of eventually leaving, right? And branching out and doing other things. But right now with COVID and there's a lot of circumstances actually, but with the way things are, we're just going to stay put for a while. And that doesn't make you bad. We're just going to keep moving into different campgrounds, and we're going to keep showing you some new things. We have some ideas. We've also been asked about like ideas for our channel, different things. We've been asked about our t-shirts.
Yeah.
Like the one he's wearing now.
Well, we have the Road Notes collection, then we have the Passion Gear collection.
There's some interest, from some of the viewers about it, and so Mark's going to post the link. I think he's had it in the last couple videos, but
it's in there.
There
It's
are
in the
some people
description.
that are interested in some of the gear, so we're going to do that.
Yeah, and we're not just doing that for profit. So this is also to give back. So we're big on mental health and kind of supporting and helping out where we can. So 10% of all those proceeds will go to Mental Health America.
We're all about charitable contributions and doing good in the world. We have an ambassadorship with Kind Humans.
Yep.
And so if you haven't been to the Kind Humans website, everything is environmentally sustainable and good for the planet. And so we're really trying to gear ourselves toward
we've been doing that anyways, but
more
so
now. Yeah. Products and different things. So we wanted to make you all aware of it. And the biggest question that we've gotten asked so far is, if we were going to do it all over again, would we do it?
I definitely would.
I would too.
I would definitely.
I have
do it
no
again.
regrets about any of this. I don't miss our house one iota.
No, I haven't missed it or looked back for 1 second. Really.
No, we have done nothing but look forward.
Yeah.
Everything is forward. So
let me ask you something.
Yep.
In 8 months of living now full time, what have you learned from it?
I have learned that Well, I have learned that every day is beautiful. And if I didn't know that before, I definitely do now. That there's never a bad day, even when you have a bad day. But I have also learned that the simple things in life truly are the most important. I think some of the best days that I have had, and people are going to think that I'm nuts, but the days that we have been in the campground and we don't move the car all weekend, I sit in my chair, I read my book, Zoe's outside, we people watch, we watch the RVs go by, the bikes and everything, and you meet so many interesting people by just sitting and watching.
That's what I was going to say. I have truly learned that the RV community and the RV full-time community is really just a small group and super, super nice people in that community. I think everybody we've been in touch with, run into in the campgrounds have been super nice.
And everybody's really supportive of everybody else, everybody else's endeavors and things. Because everybody's story is different, and everybody's passions are different.
That's what this is about, finding your passion.
But the thing about it is that we all can relate to the same thing in the end. And that is we all chose this lifestyle to have a better quality of life. So I would undoubtedly do this again. Now, is it for everybody? No. Probably it's not.
Yeah.
No.
Of course not.
But if you're in it and you love it, you don't want to give it up.
One question I got is, did we make the right decision with our purchase? With the Class A? And the particular one, the floor plan, because in RVing, whether you have a fifth wheel, a Class A, Class C, the one thing that always stands out is after about a year or so, things change, or your life changes, or maybe the floor plan didn't work out as you thought it would.
Oh, okay.
You know, those types of things. So was the Class A the right call for us? Was the floor plan that we ended up choosing the right floor plan for us? Okay. You know, those types of things. Or in hindsight, did we see maybe a better floor plan when we were shopping that maybe would have worked out better? Or are we truly happy with what we have?
I am truly happy with what we have. I can say with absolutely zero doubt that Onyx was the absolute best decision that we could have made. She's a beast, and I am learning to drive, and I know that it's stay tuned for all that. But I'm learning to drive, and I have a lot more respect for the people that drive these RVs now, because they're no joke. But I don't think I would change a thing. I mean, even the colors, I mean, they're darker right now, but even the colors are fine. I don't think there's anything that I would change right now. I think our floor plan's perfect. Could we see ourselves in a fifth wheel or something down the line?
I agree.
Maybe
or different Class A.
A different Class A, maybe, but the circumstances would have to be completely different. This is perfect for us.
I will say the only thing I have learned by getting a gas motor coach is getting the gas. Is getting the gas.
Is a challenge.
That's the only thing that I dislike about having a Class A gas motor coach that is almost 40 feet long. Right. And then pulling a car behind you, having to find a regular gas pump. Yeah. I've always said I wish that they would have one designated RV gas motor coach gas pump at the truck stops.
The truck stops in the
where
diesel
the diesel
area.
is, so we can all just pull in and have that convenience, but no such luck. So
that's the long and short of it.
Yeah, keep asking us questions, because every once in a while we will come up with a video that will answer all those questions.
And we actually have a whole separate set of stuff. Like, we've been asked so many times about our address, because we were Florida residents coming into this, about some of the domicile issues, the mail.
We'll do another
and things like some of the upkeep stuff and budgeting and all these things, because
how you get your mail and
lots of legal kind of stuff that goes along with it, because you can't just hop on the road and go without having to have an actual physical address. Legal, and there's some ups and downs to that whole thing, so we're going to talk about that later. And then we've got some other cool trips. We're going to do some new stuff, so stick around. And stick around, because there's always going to be some new stuff coming down the pipe. Absolutely. So If you like what you see, hit the bell, do all the things. I never remember.
I think everybody knows
They should know
by
by
now. YouTube, you just click the button,
I don't know.
hit the little bell button so you can be
Ding.
notified of
Yep.
upcoming videos, which we always try to get one out every week, and we have been.
And stay
so
tuned
far.
because someone's learning to drive.
And that too.
Ugh.
See you guys next time. Stay safe.
See ya.
Bye.